everyone. It's been a phenomenal journey for Newgen, where its share price has jumped nearly 5 times in last 1 year, from lows of around 300 to currently touching nearly levels of 1500. Now, if you have been following this channel, you would know that Newgen has been one of my top conviction bet, that I discussed it multiple times in my video previously. So in this video, I want to discuss the reason why the share is touching new heights. I've received multiple requests to discuss what to do with Newgen now. Should you hold it? Should you sell it? Or is there still an opportunity to make more money? And I also want to highlight the impact of one-on-one bonus. So those of you who are not aware, Newgen has also declared one-on-one bonus. I'll help you understand what is the impact of that. So before that, just a disclaimer, this video is only for educational purpose. It's not a buy or sell call. The idea is only to help you understand what is happening in the business and share my strategy and my thought process. But before that, let me quickly walk you through the share price of Newgen. Look at this. In last 1 year, it basically touched low of 299 and now it is nearly at 1450. So nearly 5 times return in last 1 year, but it was not an easy journey. If you look at 5 years of share price movement, of course during COVID it touched lows of 100 rupee and then it quickly touched levels of 700. So share zoomed nearly 7 times during this period, and if you recall, I covered it when it was at levels around 450 something, and then we saw crazy correction, more than 50% fall. And I remember a lot of negative comments when the share price corrected, but I kept my patience, I kept my conviction, discussed it multiple times, the reason why there's a correction, and look at this. Those who kept patience, congratulations, it's been a fantastic journey. Now, before we discuss why there is such a sharp movement in share price, I want to quickly walk you through the business model to help you understand what Newgen actually does. So basically, it's a software company. It's not like a traditional IT company. It's a product-based company that builds softwares, and the softwares are actually low code or no code that helps in automating and streamlining the business processes. It also uses artificial intelligence cloud that enable intelligent decision making by infusing AI into business process. Now, if you look at this particular slide, it gives a great idea. So I'm not sure how many of you are aware, but if you are in IT field, you would know that these the Forrester and Gartner, these are the two leading analyst firm, and a lot of companies uses their report as a base to shortlist the clients for their business, and that's where Newgen has got a leadership position in Forrester Wave for content platform in Q1 of 2023, then a strong performer in Forrester Wave for robotic process automation in Q1 of 2023. Likewise, it was under the niche player in Gartner Magic Quadrant for enterprise low-code application for 2023. Now, considering the fact that Newgen is a small company, recognition in Forrester and Gartner is a big thing. And if you recall, when I covered Newgen for the first time, I mentioned this thing, and it was one of the basic reason why I had that conviction on Newgen, because it's not easy to get into the Forrester and Gartner reports. Okay. Apart from this, a quick breakup of their business model. So basically, company earns revenue via 3 ways. One is the annuity revenue, which constitute nearly 61%. So annuity is basically the predictable revenue stream, more of subscription based revenue, where company get a good idea in terms of what they can expect in the revenue in the future. Then it also make around 18% from sale of products, where it sells the software, and around 21% comes from sale of services, which is basically the maintenance and everything. If you look at the business from vertical, banking and financial is the biggest backbone of the company. It nearly contributes 66% in the business, then 9% from government, 8% from insurance, 7% from health, and so on and so forth. Finally, if you look at the business across geography, EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East and Africa, constitute around 32%. India is 31%, USA is 24%, APAC is 13%. So very nice balance across geography. It has got business all over the world. And finally, if you look at the reason for outperformance, the reason has been pretty straightforward. Look at the kind of performance on quarter-on-quarter basis. So by the way, I have mentioned it previously also, that you can't compare Newgen on a quarter-on-quarter basis. So you can't compare September 22 with June 22, or you can't compare December with September. So it has to be this year quarter with last year quarter. So look at this. March 22 versus March 23, there is a jump of 34% in revenue. Then if you look at June 23 as compared to June 22, the revenues are up 33%. And if you look at September 23 with September 22, the revenues are up 31%. And look at the kind of profit growth. It's 36% in your March 23 versus March 22, 42% in June 23 versus June 22, and this quarter in September 23, the profits are up 63% as compared to the previous quarter. So company is consistently posting great numbers and on both top line and bottom line. And in fact, if you look at the long-term bigger picture also, look at the kind of growth in sales, 139 to 200, then 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, now 1000 crore, right? So basically revenues have grown nearly 8 to 10 times in last 11 years. And look at the net profit from 14 crore all the way to 194 crore. That's around 14-15 times growth in profit in last 11 years. And this has been very consistent. Of course, there are exceptions here and there, but otherwise, it has been a consistent growth across your top line and bottom line. So this is one company where the profits are growing at 37% CAGR in 3 years. And in trailing 12 months, it's 32%. And look at this, in 3 years, the sales are up by 15. And in trailing 12 months, it's up by 31%. So basically, a small cap company where both top line and bottom line has been growing on a consistent basis, and that too at a very high rate. Right? So this slide also gives a very good picture. If you want to understand the annuity and subscription revenue of the company, its annuity revenues are growing at 22% CAGR between 18 to 23. Its subscription revenue has grown at 27% CAGR, and its SaaS-based revenue has grown at 54% CAGR. Now, obviously, a kind of growth this company has shown, it should command a good valuation. But what happened is, so during COVID period, the valuation, the P ratio was at rock bottom. But then we saw a huge rally in IT sector and its valuation became expensive. And then obviously there were profit booking, the liquidity dried up, and then we saw correction in the share price where its share price fell down more than 50%, but what happened is its PE ratio fell down to lows of around 15-16. Now for a company that has been growing at a CAGR of 25-30%, obviously these kind of PE ratio made it very, very cheap. And that's what happened. The share price started growing, and of course the PE also expanded. Very simple, like I said, growth was fantastic, valuations were attractive, and that was the reason when the performance improved on quarter-on-quarter basis, company has seen exceptional growth. Now, I got a chance to go through the con call of this company to understand what we can expect in the near future. So I just wanted to highlight a few important lines. One of the line is basically companies expanding its business with their existing customer through additional cross-selling opportunities. So that's point number one, especially in the Saudi Arabian region. So basically, company is growing big time in the Middle East region, okay, and adding a lot of marquee logos in these region. So that's number one. Second important highlight is that they are developing thoughtful solution powered by content, AI, and analytics to automate workflow within a single platform. So basically, company is working on cutting edge technologies like artificial intelligence and analytics and implementing them into their softwares to basically help companies automate their workflow and helping enterprise to eliminate reliance on legacy point solution and become efficient. They're saying that our major initiative in banking AI is coming of age and is expected to give us rich dividends in the near future. So this gives a good picture in terms of what you can expect from the company in the near future. Apart from this, a very interesting data point, company has invested 11% of their revenue on the R&D initiative. I'm not sure how many of you understand this, but 11% of the revenue on R&D itself speaks everything about what importance company gives to the innovation. Look at this, company has filed 44 patents and 23 have been approved. It's a small cap company, still in spite of nearly 4 or 5 times growth in share price, its market cap is just around 10,000 crore. For a small cap company like this, doing this kind of innovation itself speaks everything about the company. Apart from this, there is one more date on the guidance. So management was asked on the guidance where they said that we do not provide any guidance, but we keep on saying that the aim of the company is to really accelerate growth, and we believe that we have the potential of growing at a much higher growth rate than our traditional growth rate. So this also gives you a good sense in terms of what you can expect. As compared to the traditional growth, they can grow even at faster rate. Now this very interesting slide that I found, that speaks a lot about the culture of the company. They say that we as a company have never dropped our campus offer, whether it was 2008 or whether it was 2000. If you are aware, 2008 was the housing bubble burst and 2000 was dot-com burst, where we saw huge meltdown at global level. And even during those difficult times, company did not drop their campus offer. So that itself speaks a lot about how much importance company gives to its employee, because human capital is the most important aspect in IT industry. This is something that you can't quantify. When you go through these con calls, you get that kind of idea. How is the thought process of the management? And finally, on your addressable market size, this is very, very important. A lot of people want to understand the growth prospect of the company. On that, I got this data point. So management is saying that the low code data, basically this particular section where company is working on, is itself more than $30 billion. So 1 billion is nearly 8,000 crore rupees. So that's around 2.4 lakh crore of market. And if you add low code with application stake, then low code is basically there's another $140 billion market, right? So basically Newgen is not even 1% of this market. That itself speaks the kind of opportunity Newgen has got in the future. The core message is there is so much of headroom to grow, and we're still operating in a very small part of that market. So our ability to execute is the only constraint, and especially our ability to execute in the mature market. Basically, what I've got from this con call is sky is the limit for Newgen. Now, if you look at the valuation and shareholding pattern of the company, so currently it has got a market cap of 10,000 crore. Of course, now the PE ratio is on higher side at a PE of 52. It is looking slightly expensive. Obviously, after the sharp rally, the PE has zoomed from levels of 16 to 50. But if you look at the shareholding pattern, this itself is also very, very interesting. So management holding has been more or less consistent at 55%. But look at this. There is a good increase in FI holding from 13% to now 15.9%. And this is a consistent increase in last 3 quarters. And not only that, look at this. DIS holding has also increased consistently in last 4 quarters from 6% to 8% and now 9.23%. Basically, in last 3 quarters, both FIs and DIs are consistently adding Newgen, and that too after so much of growth. And public holding has reduced from 22.78% to now at 19.37%. So weak hands of public are selling, strong hands of FIs and DIs are buying. That is showing a strong sign for Newgen future. Finally, let me come to the bonus issue. Basically, Newgen Software has issued one-on-one bonus. If you are holding 100 shares of Newgen, you will get another 100 share, and the record date is 12 January. Now, a lot of people are confused in the sense, what is the meaning of bonus? So let me clarify that. It does not mean that if you are sitting on, let's say, 10,000 rupees of profit, your profit would become 20,000. It is not like that. Basically, what will happen is, let's say Newgen share price is 1500, it would split into half, which is going to become 750. And let's say if you are holding 100 shares, then it would become 200. So net there is not going to be any impact. It is just that bonus help in increasing the trading for the company. Basically, it makes the stock more liquid. Obviously, a person trading at 1500 versus a person trading at 750, the trading activity would be higher at 750 rupee because the share price is now lower. So that is basically the major impact. Otherwise, more or less, there is not much impact on the bonus. So I hope you get that sense. But more or less, if you look at it, bonus is something that is not declared by any random company. If it is a well-run business, that helps in that basically declare the bonus. So I hope you got a good sense on the bonus also. Finally, I was going through some of the report, and this is the latest news where Jefferies has given a target price of 1740 on the Newgen share price. Again, this should not be the only criteria to invest in the company, but it actually helps in building your conviction in the company, right? So this is it for this video. I hope you got a good update why the share has jumped. what you can expect. So personally, I'm extremely bullish on the company in the long term, 5 years, 10 years down the line. Yes, it might happen that post bonus issue, there can be some 10, 15, 20% correction in the share price, but that is a part of game. In the short term, there can be ups and downs, but I think that the long-term picture for Newgen is still intact and it's just the beginning. I think if you have a conviction and if you have the patience in the company, this can really reap you big rewards in the next 5, 10, 20 years. So this is it for this video. If you want me to cover any other company, just let me know in the comments and I'll share my analysis on that. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care.